Hello, and welcome to my portfolio overview video. My name is Amy D'Arcy, and I'm a master's student in the Learning, Design, and Technology Instructional Design and Development program at the University of Georgia. In this video, I'll share highlights from my portfolio and walk you through the site. To navigate, you can use the bar at the top of the page. If you're on mobile, the navigation tab is on the top left side of the page. The links on my site are all in green buttons with text. Each artifact summary has a link above it that will take you to that artifact. First, let's take a quick look at my resume. It outlines my academic background, work experience, and the skills I've developed throughout my career. Next is the autobiographical statement. This shares how I arrived at instructional design. Before I began my academic career, I explored a wide range of unconventional jobs and eventually earned a biology degree at Colorado State University, where I discovered a love for science and education. I worked in research labs studying prions and soybean genetics. What really excited me was teaching others. That interest led to a lab management role at UGA and later to teaching middle school science in Oregon. Those experiences deepened my passion for designing engaging learning and inspired me to pursue the IDD program here at UGA. To give more context to my instructional design philosophy, let's move on to the overview statement. While managing lab courses at UGA, I began creating and maintaining online materials, which introduced me to instructional design. I realized that this was a great way for me to pursue my interest in educational support and content creation. I'm especially drawn to science education that promotes problem solving and curiosity. Whether it's K-12 curriculum or museum-based learning, I aim to make science accessible and engaging through the creation of learning content. I've learned to use strategies like ADDIE, scaffolding, and experiential learning in my designs. I'm also exploring how AI tools like generative language models can support thoughtful, creative learning experiences. Let's take a moment to look at my academic coursework. During the IDD program, I completed a range of courses that built my foundation in instructional theory and practical design. This table provides a full view of that academic journey. Next, I'll walk you through the programmatic themes, where you'll see the artifacts and reflections tied to each core area of instructional design. We will start with foundations. To demonstrate my foundations in instructional design, I've included two artifacts. The first is a training module for graduate teaching assistants created using the ADDIE model. It began as a class assignment and has since become a tool I use in my current role. The second is a lesson plan for introductory biology students. It features scaffolded, inquiry-based activities grounded in constructivist learning theory and the ARCS model of motivation. This project is being implemented now for the Fall 25 semester lab content. These projects show how I've connected theory to real-world practice in ways that continue to shape my instructional work. Next is the analysis theme. This highlights how I've learned to identify root causes before designing instruction. In one project, my team conducted a needs assessment for a manufacturing client. What seemed like a training problem turned out to involve equipment, materials, and communication breakdowns. I designed surveys, analyzed data, and helped shape our final recommendations. In another project, I analyzed the organization I work in using the 9-variable framework. That process revealed leadership gaps and goal misalignment, insights that led to improvements in our program. Next, let's move on to design and development. In one project, I created a training video to teach undergraduates how to use micropipettes, which is a tool that many students find confusing. The video offers clear visual guidance in a format that students are comfortable with. In another project, I used Storyline 360 to design an interactive module on animal sensory systems, drawing on my experience teaching middle school science. The linear, choose-your-own-adventure format helps make the content more engaging and learner-driven. These experiences taught me to design for both clarity and creativity using the right tools for my audience. The next theme focuses on evaluation. In one project, I assessed the effectiveness of a graduate orientation program for another biology course in my department. I used a logic model and gathered feedback through surveys and observations to identify instructional gaps for them. In another project, I evaluated data from a professional development initiative for elementary teachers that was provided for our class. I found that the evaluation showed that while the training was well received, challenges like limited time and outdated equipment limited its impact. These projects strengthened my ability to collect and analyze feedback, communicate findings, and design improvements that are grounded in a real-world context. Finally, let's take a look at my management theme. In a group project, I led the redesign of an urban forestry e-learning module for the UGA cooperative extension. I oversaw planning, team communication, and client collaboration while contributing content using Storyline 360. In another project, I created a proposal to restore a flood-damaged driveway at my house. I developed a full plan with timelines, risk statements, and budget considerations, an exercise that helped me refine my business skills and planning skills. The repairers did not have the result I expected, and I included a link at the bottom of the page if you're curious about that. Anyway, those experiences show my ability to manage both instructional and operational projects. That is the end of my portfolio. Thank you so much for taking the time to view it and to learn about my work. I'm proud of the skills I've developed throughout this program, and I'm excited to apply them in my career. Thanks for watching, and thank you for all that you've taught me.